Hi, Genki Call here. It is the week of May 23rd, 2022, and there is a ton going on this week. We've got Guild Wars live streams, birthday live stream, we've got version 6.3, and world event campaign. There's just a ton going on, so I want to go over all of these things with you, and I will do so now, starting with this because I always forget this, and that is that both elves and rogues get 10% to their skills this week. So if you have a rogue that is also an elf, they'll get plus 20% to all of their skills. Also, the new Glory Troop, you will get an extra 400 gold for every battle you do with him in PvP in Explore for this week. So a little chance to get some extra gold if you so wish. That is us. Move over to the campaign tasks. But that is not it. We already have a glitch. There we go. It was pepcac error. Problem exists between chair and keyboard. That's me. All right. So our campaign tasks for this week for gold: use a sword weapon for 22 wins and use a Leonis Empire team for 22 wins. For silver, use the War Priest class for 15 wins. Match 300 blue gems in battle. Use the Lion Banner for 15 wins and complete 2 adventure boards, which I'll be re-rolling because, I'm impatient. I want it all done today. For bronze, earn 5 glory in battle. That just means going into PvP. Kill Voice of Orpheus 1 time, get 9 human kills. Open 2 event chests, win 4 battles in a single arena run. Use a vault key to kill 1 treasure gnome, get 13 blue kills. Win 4 ranked PvP battles, craft 1 blue summoning stone, and explore Leonis Empire 1 time at difficulty 9+. I noticed no delving this week. That's interesting. Speaking of delving, let us talk about that very quickly here. Tomorrow we are going to City of Thieves for the delve, and we also have a faction assault this weekend, which is where version 6.3 comes in. So on Tuesday, right at about the time that Tacet starts streaming, that's 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, he will, or not he, but the new version should be releasing, and that is going to expand upon the delves. We're going to get a new troop for All Seeing Eye, which is where we're going this weekend on Friday. And, we don't know exactly what's coming, except we do know there is a new Ocularian troop. For Wednesday, we have this pet rescue, which is basically just a die 20. I've heard that it's just cosmetic. At least that's what Tarian's World said. And I've also heard it could give extra turns in treasure hunt. I don't know what's true. We're going to find out. For Thursday, we have the War Priest class trial. For Friday, I already told you we're going to be delving at All Seeing Eye. But we have a lot more than that going on. We also have Guild Wars. So let me talk about that very quickly here. Guild Wars, I already went in off stream and I set all of my defense teams. I'll put a playlist for tutorials on how to set your sentinels, how to set your defense teams, how to choose your defense teams. I just have a playlist for that that you can check out if you have any questions, but you can see that my colors here match what's on the side. I've got 24 different troops for a 12,000 point bonus. So that part's all done. Yeah. All right. Also, we've got tomorrow is starting at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's 2 hours before Tacet starts streaming. Enflame Hydra is going to be doing a live stream to celebrate 1 year in his guild. He's got a bunch of mimic chests set up already. At last count, he had 10 and a bunch of chests to open. It should be really, really fun. So I'm looking forward to that personally, and I am planning to be there. And we can go straight from Enflame Hydra's live stream to Tacet's, which should be very fun as well. Also, let's see, we went over Guild Wars, we went over all of this stuff. I know I'm forgetting something, version 6.3. Oh dear, I am sure that I'm forgetting something. the troop that I mentioned, the Glory troop, you can find here under Weekly Event. I will go over that in just a bit. Oh, I am forgetting a bunch of stuff. Oh my gosh, we are in Leonis Empire this week. I need to go over what we can get with event keys this week. So let's head on in here and I will show you what we can get. So besides the Glory troop, which is not showing here, let's sort this by base rarity, show all because I am missing one of them, and that is Dao. Dao is one of the mythics here. He's considered to be like a very weak version of Shabanu Vespera. So he eliminates a skill from an enemy, a random enemy, destroys 8 gems of one of their mana colors. So the destroy is going to help your team get mana again. And then repeat 2 more times for random enemies. It's almost the same thing Shabanu does, only Shabanu can loop a lot more reliably. And then 30% chance to summon a Servant of Tao when matching 4+ gems. So if you lose anything, in general, it's basically just something for your power levels. But you can see, I don't own it. So I haven't actually used it, which means I can't say for certain. I do, however, have the Flame of Anu. It does damage to the first 2 enemies boosted by burning and fairy fired enemies with a ×5 boost ratio. So if they're burning and fairy fired, he's actually going to do quite a bit of damage to those 2 enemies. However, every time an enemy dies, that's 1 less enemy with burning and fairy fire. So, the more that die, the less damage he's going to do, which makes him kind of crappy. But he does burn and fairy fire a random enemy when matching 4+ gems. So that is useful depending on the team that you're using. Fairy fire is amazing. Burn can be really useful with Fireblade or troops that do damage boosted by fire. So Leonis Empire Tower, you cannot get this from your event keys. This is a craft only. But you can get Voice of Orpheus. And the nice thing about Voice of Orpheus is that he cleanses all allies, so he's going to be really good against Elementalist in Guild Wars. Because he can cast to cleanse all allies, and he also cleanses all allies when matching yellow gems. You don't even have to have a match 4. You can just have him on your team and match yellow, and it will cleanse your team, much like Queen Beatrix. Unless he gets stunned. Unless he's the one that gets stunned. And just like with Queen Beatrix, then it's not going to work. Anyway, Divine Ishbala is something you definitely want because she gives all divine allies a 40% mana start. She is a very efficient double mana converter with that feeds back into herself because she does use yellow, and she enchants 2 random allies. She's really strong, and she's on quite a few meta teams because she's just that good. But that 40% mana start for divines is super nice. Emperor Corvash, hardly ever use him. He does true damage, but there are other troops that do this better. And the stun them and drain their mana, great. But stun you can get just from having Elementalist and draining their mana. I mean, that's pretty nice, but he does stun a random enemy on 4+ gem matches, so he's not totally useless. He's just one I don't personally like to use in general. I should just go over several here. The other troops you will not be able to get with event keys are the ones from City of Thieves. Those are the King of Thieves, and hold on, searching, the Cat Burglar, the Tomb Robber, and the last one is the Street Thief. Those 4 you have to get with your Chaos Shards down in City of Thieves in the Underworld. So as for the rest of these, you will not be able to get the Emperor either. After that, that should be it. You should be able to get everything else you see here, but the Emperor has to be obtained from the vault if you don't have it yet. So Regent Caliph is another one of the legendaries here. I like it and I hate it because it's too unreliable. So you're gaining 4 magic and either gaining life or dealing damage to all enemies, or gaining 10 more magic, which does you absolutely no good if you never do the damage to all enemies. This is one of the either or troops that is so unreliable. I I just I tried him once in a delve and he just never did the damage, and it just made me not want to use it. Um, it has a chance to do something good, but gaining all that magic does nothing for you unless, I mean, it'll help you tank up a little bit, but otherwise, I want my. Anyway, I'll stop waxing poetic on that. Amira, you will get just from completing the storyline at Leonis Empire. Um, there are some good ones here. Not fantastic, but there are some good ones. This is our Siege Breaker, so we've got the 3 to 5 times damage to towers. That includes Leonis Tower, by the way. And Khatib, he's okay. He's better in arena than anything else. Manticore Protector drains some mana. And he is a God Slayer, so this is one of the ones that does 3 to 5 times damage to Zul'Goth, Raid Boss, Enraged Kurandara, anything with a red border, including the ones in the bosses in the underworld. If they have a red border, he's going to do 3 to 5 times damage to them. Monster Muncher, I love the idea of this thing. Damage to an enemy, and if they're a monster, deal double damage, and there's a 50% chance to devour them, which is cool, ish. But how often do I fight monsters? I mean, it's very, very specific, so I don't really use him that often, but he's there. He exists. This one is very nice. Damage to an enemy boosted by all ally armor. That can do a lot of damage. It is a 4-to-1 ratio, but it can work very nicely if you have a lot of armor on your team. Wazir, I think he's just money. No, a second Godslayer. Aha, this is where the second Godslayer was. I knew there was a place where there was one. I just didn't remember where it was. So Wazir is the other Godslayer. And Desert Mantis, 8 blue and 8 yellow gems. And you gain bonus yellow mana from yellow gem matches. That's useful. It's okay. It's it's all right. No Manticore Cup charms, and the Devoted can be very nice. You can create 7 gems of a chosen type. That includes skulls. That includes Doom Skulls, last I checked. Plus cleanse all allies and give them some armor, which is very helpful, of course. Tagraki Warrior is a must for bounty. I mean, you've got to have the Tagraki Warrior for bounty. It is the most efficient way to get things done in bounty is to have this troop, because it's not just damage to an enemy, it's boosted by their armor. So you're using a true damage team and you're not damaging their armor, he's going to do a ton of damage. I wish I could use 2 of him in bounty and not lose points, because I totally would if I could. And the rest of these are, okay. So anyway, that's what we have here. Then for the Glory Troop, which I told you I would go over, that is the wrong button. Sorry. Wait. Did I go over? Did I miss something? I don't think I did. Okay, I was looking at something else and it confused me for a moment. All right, shop. Under resources, the first thing you want to do is go to your spoils of war and get your limit here, which is 10. 10 event keys for 1800 glory is a great deal. Personally, I suggest doing this every week if you can afford it. And then under weekly event is our glory troop. Every week it will be here on the left. This week we're getting 2 arcane blade trait stones and these other resources. For every one of these you buy, it goes up. And personally, I suggest, if you can afford it, getting this up to mythic or as many copies as you can, because those arcanes will save you so much grinding. And also, you will have to have troops that can be ascended to level 20 to mythic quality in order to get your levels up at some point. This is a tip that was given to me by a guildmate early on in my Gems of War career, and I'm so grateful because it has saved me so much aggravation trying to get troops and get these things up to mythic level, to get my power levels up. And the power levels are what are really going to increase your enjoyment of the game because you'll have so many more resources. It's just so very nice to have those power levels up because you're going to be more powerful, your troops are going to be more powerful, and you're going to get more tributes, and they're going to be bigger tributes. It's just fantastic. Love that. Anyway, I think that's all I have for this particular video. I will be back with Soulforge. I'll be back with the World event. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you folks soon. Bye-bye!